You're locked into Wide Open Wednesday with Fred Fletcher and Nick Leach. Okay, kids, keep your hands inside the ride. It's going to get fun. Here we go. All right, here we go. And we're another Wednesday, another rainy Wednesday. Rain today, this morning, all that good stuff. And, Don Allen, welcome.
Yeah, this was a long ass weekend.
Your crash test dummy is back there. There he is, right there. Yeah. I had my picture of my brother up here. When we did Earl's Time Capsule, we done that Saturday, which was very cool.
Oh, yeah.
With Mark April and Earl Krause. I wound up giving the picture of my brother to Mark April because that was his car. So Mike's going to make me another one, and he's also going to make me a number 77. Two of my favorite cars that my brother drove. But yeah, here we are, Wednesday night. A lot of people. Now, I didn't notice, and I'm going to wait for Peyton Reniker to get in here because I want to talk to her about something. I did not know that that you could watch some of the flow races on Prime. I did not know that because, Matt, you could probably attest to this. Dom, you probably could attest to this too. When I set myself up, I got a Fire Stick and I watched Flow Racing and all that. You got the subscription. Flow had a problem with it cutting out and coming back and fast forward and rewinding. And so I switched to Prime. I saw Peyton's post. She said, I'm watching it on Prime. I'm like, what? So I went on Prime. Either they got a better setup or I don't know what they got on Prime, but not a minute's problem.
It's Amazon, so it's probably the best.
Yes, they probably got a different setup, but I'm going to tell you what, I've done some research and they're probably going to do some more races from Flow, which is cool. And I wouldn't mind paying an extra $5 on my Amazon Prime to have that. I would do that. But yeah, they, like you said, they probably have the best connection and the coverage was good. And the action track, of course, Kale Ross wound up winning that, and Kale was going to be on our show tonight when he gets a chance. He is a traveling tool guy.
Matt says it goes on YouTube too.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay. Aha. I didn't know. But yeah, on Prime, if you have a Prime membership, you automatically go on Prime. I guess you got to do something with YouTube to get it on YouTube. Thank you, Matt. And Jack Caruso. I guess the grandbabies are getting big, huh, Jack? So thanks for coming on, Jack. We appreciate it. Like I said, we're going to have Kale Ross on here, hot off his win at the action track. Now, the action track reminds me
They
of
had some action.
they definitely had some action. The action track reminds me of New Egypt when it first opened. New Egypt was a little bit bigger, but it had them tight paperclip turns. And if you noticed, there was a guy sitting in the front row. Matt put his picture up. There was a guy sitting in the front row with his wife, Kenny Brightbow. And every time I asked Kenny Brightbow what his favorite configuration of New Egypt was, he says the little track.
Wow.
And the little track was very similar to what them guys were racing on last night. So, yeah, it was pretty cool to see that. And the micro sprints, that's the perfect track for them. Now they're going to have the World Outlaw late models there. I think they have USAC there. Maybe Matt could help us out with that. But yeah, I mean, and now this weekend, we're finally going to get a chance to get back to Wall. It just seems like every other weekend we get to Wall. So, and as we're speaking of Wall, we will bring the master in. We will bring in Mr. Miyagi of Wall Stadium, Earl Krause. Earl, it looks like we're going to get a chance to go racing, Earl. Uh-oh. We cannot hear you, Earl. We cannot hear you. No audio for Earl. Earl.
I don't think he's got video or either way.
Earl, if you can hear us, wave your hand, but we can't hear you. You can
Okay.
hear us, but we can't hear you.
Turn your voice on.
Turn your voice on, Earl. Where's Pam at when you need her?
Oh. Yeah, a lot of stuff happened over the weekend, but just not around here with racing. A lot of stuff to talk about this week.
Yeah, definitely a lot of stuff to talk
With,
about.
number one, Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
That's the biggest news other than the Indy 500.
Other than the Indy 500, and Nick Marco's in here already. The Indy 500 was cool. It was nice to see somebody win it. And pretty cool deal. Earl, sign out and sign back in and see if that solves the problem with your sound. So I'll remove you, and then you can sign back in.
It didn't look like his mic was on.
No, doesn't look like. Didn't look like his mic was working. You got sound now, Earl? Earl, you got to sign out and come back in.
That's what he's going to do. He just texted me.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So, yes, the big news. Matt says the F1 race was cool. I'll be honest with you guys. Indy 500, that you got to turn in your man card if you don't watch the Indy 500. But F1,
I'll turn in my man card then.
yeah, F1 and all that other stuff, I'm not into any of that. So, but it was pretty cool to watch Indy. But the big story, of course, is Kyle Busch. Now, I wasn't a Kyle Busch fan. I was more of a Kyle Busch fan off the racetrack. Some of the stuff that he did for people off the track. And there's a video that has him leaving the racetrack in his car with his wife, and there's a fan with his hat on, and he's got his window up, and he's yelling at this girl, and he finally gets her to pay attention, and she realizes it's him, and she's like his biggest fan. And he goes, "Give me your hat." So he signs her hat, and just there's so many things that these guys do off the racetrack that you have no idea. Earnhardt, same thing. Whether you liked him or not, and I'm not going to say I disliked him, I just wasn't a fan. He was a hell of a wheelman. He got the job done. He started getting into the dirt stuff. He was about ready to drive Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s late model. That's been going around, and yeah, big fan of his son. I just hope that his uncle takes him under the wing. But I watched a video of him and Brexton, and they were in the trailer, and they were watching the film, and he's telling Brexton, "Look, the car has more than you do right now." He goes, "If you want me to lie to you, I'll lie to you." He goes, "But the car is better than you are right now." And he said, "This is what you need to do." He goes, "The car is there for you. Once you do what you're supposed to do," he goes, "you're going to be twice as fast." He goes, "Now, if you want me not to tell you the truth, I won't tell you the truth." And he spent so much time with Brexton, and you can tell. I mean, the kid's a wheelman too. So you got to pay attention to what's going to happen with him. Do I think that he'll drive an 8 car? No. I think he'll drive an 18 maybe. I don't think he'll drive an 8. Me personally, and this is just my opinion, it has nothing to do with anything else. It's my opinion. The number 8 is owned by Childress. It's owned by NASCAR, but it's leased by Childress. The number 8 was Ralph Earnhardt's number, okay? And when Richard Childress took it back and Rick Hendrick took Dale Jr., they had an 88. 2 8s for Ralph Earnhardt, okay? So, that being said, the 8 was always Ralph Earnhardt's number, and the 8 was Dale Jr.'s number. The 18 is more synonymous with Kyle Busch, hence the kid running a number 18. And I believe Fred probably has an 18 in the cabinet back there.
I don't see it.
It's not going to hurt anybody's feelings to see this kid go forward in racing and become a superstar. He's already a superstar. He's very well groomed. Abby interviewed him in Tulsa. Very well groomed, very, very likable kid. He was up in the tower doing some announcing. Him and Kyle Larson's kid. So he's just one of them kids that, and you figure, all right, he's got a lot of money, he's got the best of stuff. But no, if you watch, you got to try and find a video on YouTube of him and his father in the trailer, and Kyle's telling him, this is what you need to do. Right now, the car's better than you are. As soon as you get equal to the car, you're going to be twice as fast than what you are. Pretty neat to watch that and see. Yeah, I'm a fan of Brexton too. But to be honest with you, I'm a fan of all these guys. They put on a show for us. They do a hell of a job. And yeah, it's just a shame that we lost him at such a young age, at 41 years old. And like I said, if you don't have to be a fan, you just got to respect the guy. There's a lot of people didn't like Dale Sr., but you had to respect what he done behind the wheel. So now let's see if Pam, I seen Pam in the picture. Let's see if she fixed her. Earl.
Can you hear me now?
All right.
Earl.
Leave it to Pam.
Earl, do we have to have Pam brief your setup before you come on?
She's my technical advisor. Yeah. You know how computers are. Things just shut off on their own.
Hey, Earl, technology's great when it works. Earl.
That's exactly it. Yes.
Don't we know that, Earl?
Yes.
But Earl, it looks like we're going to have a great weekend.
Yes.
It looks like we're finally going to be able to get back to Wall Stadium. And when Cool Thaw was on here, when Kool-Aid was on here, he was wondering if they were going to make that race up. Well, guess what? It's this weekend, right?
Yes. The Iron Revolution 100 lapper for our Wall Sportsman division. It's going to be their longest race in quite some time. And that was the race that was scheduled to run last Saturday, but was rained out. So yes, indeed, we'll be running it this Saturday, along with a 40-lap modified feature. The Legend cars will be running in a 25-lap main event. And the ATQM or ATQ midgets, the wing TQs, they'll be racing on the inner 5th mile track. So a nice 4-division show highlighted by the Sportsman division. They're in the spotlight this Saturday night. It's going to be a great show. A lot of money on the line, but mostly prestige for the Sportsman drivers. It's their chance to really get some well-deserved time. And that's going to be a fun night. And again, like you said, the weather's going to be perfect. It's like ideal weather for the Jersey Shore. So come on out and enjoy it.
Well, I'm bringing Fred with me. So Fred
Very
will be
good.
with me. He'll be riding around with me on the golf cart. We'll be having some fun. Earl, you worked at Pocono. You still work at Pocono.
This will be my 35th year in June,
and
announcing there.
And you've had a chance to chat with Kyle Busch. As a person, he was a great person, right?
He was. Yes, indeed. I heard you mentioning as my technical advisor, Pam, and I were fixing the microphone, and you were mentioning about him signing, a hat for fans. Yes, I recall that at Pocono several times during the actual race day, and also like off hours, right near the quarter midget track, which is adjacent to Pocono, the Lehigh Valley quarter midget track. Right near there on race weekends, there would be vendors set up, with various NASCAR memorabilia, souvenirs, etc. And it was one night, this is probably going back, at least 10 years ago, maybe a little bit more, where this is probably about 8 o'clock at night. Kyle and Samantha were walking along Long Pond Road, just out for a stroll, during the evening. And they came upon some fans, and, Kyle stopped and signed autographs, just totally impromptu, and that's what a lot of people didn't realize. They saw the persona of Kyle Busch when he was at the racetrack, and he embraced that. He loved being the villain. He did that signature bow to the fans in Victory Lane, and seemingly didn't mind the booze. He kind of, that was him. But away from that, he was a dad, loved his kids, loved Brexton, loved his daughter, of course, loved Samantha, his wife, and always focused on the future. He was building for Brexton for the future, and he enjoyed racing with him and micro sprints and so forth. And, that's what he was all about. And, it was so ironic when he won that truck race at Pocono, just, several days before he passed away, that he mentioned in Victory Lane during the interview that you never know when your last win's going to be, when the last one is coming. And that was certainly, just goes to show that, for one thing, race drivers are human, and the persona, using Kyle Busch as an example, so many people booed him. They enjoyed booing him, and they never met the man. They never knew, who he really was. And again, I was very honored. I saw him race and win 4 different times. He won four times at Pocono since I've been there. Always thrilled the crowd. When Kyle Busch pulled into victory lane, people either booed or cheered. There was nothing in the middle, and again, he loved it. And he'll be always remembered. There's the kind of guy that he was a NASCAR icon. And I mentioned to someone the other day that he transcended the sport. People who knew nothing about racing at all, maybe just very casually, but they knew the name Kyle Busch. And proof of that was when he passed away. It was on all the major news networks, not just the sports networks, but major news stories, ran about Kyle Busch. So, and very sad the way he passed, with pneumonia, which turned into sepsis, and it happened so quickly. I heard someone today call in one of the racing shows, a fan, and he mentioned very good advice. He said, listen to your body. When your body is telling you that there's something wrong, by all means, get it checked out. And that was very good advice. So, yeah, we'll remember and mourn Kyle Busch.
I think, our media, our mainstream media, needs to embrace our sport. Okay,
Yes.
Not just when the things like this happen.
Yes.
They need to embrace our sport. Okay, the Indy 500 happened, the 600 at Charlotte. How about embracing it other times instead of times of grief?
Yes.
All of a sudden,
absolutely.
this gentleman dies, and he's all over the news. Any other time, they don't want to have anything to do with
Right.
auto racing, unless it's local at Pocono or at Dover or whatever.
Right.
I think it's time that motorsports is recognized a little different. I mean,
Absolutely.
it's one of the most top spectator sports in the world.
Yes.
I mean, besides soccer, there is a race somewhere every day, all the
Mhm.
time. There's a race going on somewhere right now.
That's
And,
right.
and people don't realize that auto racing is one of the number one spectator sports in the world.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, as you can tell by all the commercials on Fox News, on Fox
Yeah.
Channel,
yeah,
Right.
tells me.
I mean, it recognize our sport for the heroes that we have in our sport. Recognize our sport for the good things that our sport does, that they take care of their sponsors. They do the same thing that football and baseball players do. Recognize auto racing for that. Don't just wait for something tragic to happen that you can jump in on, and that's the only thing that makes me mad. They've done the same thing with Earnhardt, and every time somebody dies, that happens. If something happens at a local racetrack, at Bridgeport, when all that went down, they didn't even
Oh,
know
yeah.
what Bridgeport was until
No,
they had
exactly.
that problem,
Mhm.
and it's sad because us guys here, we love our sport. We know what goes on. Now, they need to send some of them news people to Wall Stadium. It's a transition that they ain't seen in years. And they're packing the place. The racing's great. Show them some of that. That's the backbone of NASCAR. And they are sanctioned by NASCAR. Bring some of that news footage there. Bring some of it to Bridgeport, Grandview. I mean, Grandview, oh my Lord, they had a hell of a show
Yes.
for that Thunder of the Hill show, and it was on FS1. That was a shot in the arm for our sport.
Right.
And we need stuff like that to get us back to where we need to be. And we also need to have New Egypt open next year.
Oh gosh, yes.
Yes, it's stuff like that that's going to put us back on the map, Earl. And I think just the little things, it's sad that happened, and auto racing is getting recognized for that, but recognize us for some other things too. There's a lot of other good things going on in auto racing besides, the guy's driving a race car that goes 200 mile an hour. Oh, that's terrible. No, if you've never been there and you've never seen the apparatus that these guys got to wear and what they got to, and this one guy on ESPN or whoever it is, they're not athletes.
That's
Really?
Oh yeah. I remember
Stephen A.
hearing that.
Smith, they're not
Yes.
athletes? Okay, Stephen, let's see you drive a car for 5 hours
That's it.
and it's 200 degrees in your car. Let's see you do that. Okay. And I respect him for what he does. He's a great commentator, but don't stay in your lane.
Right.
That's all I'm going to say. Stay
Talk
in your
about things you know.
I mean, I done it at New Egypt. Craig Carton, 101.5. I called him. I said, Craig, you're more than welcome to come to New Egypt. We'll put you in a car. And we put him in a car. Him and Jack Swain had a race at New Egypt. Before he got in the car, he goes, I don't think I can do this. I'm claustrophobic. I said, if you don't get in this car, I said, I'm going to bust your balls so bad that you're going to wish that you ran out of here. And he
Yeah.
got in the car and he done it. But he said the same thing. They're not athletes. All they do is go around in a circle. When he got out of the car, he realized, he goes, oh yeah, he
A
understood.
whole different appreciation of it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
And it's crazy. And maybe we love our sport maybe too much. You know what I mean? But you know
Mhm.
what? The last couple times I've been to Wall Stadium, I've been having a blast. I've been watching the races at Grandview. I watched the action track. There's a lot of fun out there, man. There's a lot of good racing going on right
Yes,
now.
indeed. And a lot of good new young drivers, who
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
a good example is Cale Ross winning
Yep.
at Action Track in Kutztown Tuesday night. That was great, short track super series.
Dale told me he's getting old, Earl. He said, I'm getting old. I'm 40 now. I said, you need to stop with that.
40.
He goes, 40? 40 ain't old.
No, not at all. I still consider him a young guy. That's what I say, he's like one of the young guys. But hey, that's it's all age is relative too, guys,
Oh,
Yeah. And I got to tell you, Saturday, sat here with Mark, sat here with Earl. Craig was here. Fred, that was a hell of a deal. We did
That was
Saturday
fun.
for the time capsule to finish up
Chapter
East
2 of East
Windsor.
Windsor Speedway.
Yep. And we probably could have covered a whole lot more, like you said,
Oh,
Earl. We
yes.
could have done a week's worth of stuff on East Windsor. So
Right.
there's probably stuff that we missed, but you know what? We done the best we could, and I think it's going to be a great second
And
half
for a
East
couple of
Windsor.
hours of footage,
Yeah.
we'll have to. Craig will go through it and knock it down to about an hour, a little more. We covered a lot in that hour and a half,
That was
Yeah,
great.
yeah, we covered a lot.
especially between the two chapters that we did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you have Earl and Mark in here, and they're spouting off stuff, and I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? It's pretty cool to be able to knock stuff off like that, and these guys remember people, and you're like, I don't remember that, and then we had a couple programs in here that had names, and Earl knew who that was. Earl, who won the first championship, and Earl's like, well, I believe it was this guy, and I'm like, really? I wasn't even born yet, and he's like, yeah, that was this guy, and
Yep.
that's the coolness of it when him and
Yes.
Mark are in here.
No, we had a great time, and that's going to be neat too. We did the actual footage, and it's going to be neat to see Craig McGill, from Five Peaks Media, who puts it all together for us. He's a master. Oh my God, what he
yeah.
does, and we supplied him with some still pictures to go with it, and that's going to be really great to see it on screen, just like Chapter 1 was. And we have more planned, right? We're going to do Flemington, Wall
Flemington,
yep.
Stadium, Old
Yep.
Bridge, New Egypt. We got
Oh, yeah.
a lot of different tracks to cover.
Yeah, we're gonna do them all. It's just the hard part is getting us all in the same room at the same
Yeah,
time.
yeah, but
Yeah.
But,
we're
Craig,
gonna,
Craig just went back down to Tennessee today, so he'll be back in a couple of weeks.
but yeah, the cool part about it is you relive your childhood. I mean, me and Fred were talking about going to Flemington with our parents and our, of course, with my
Playing with
brother
these
and
cars.
stuff, and these things. We
Playing with
have
these
these little
plastic
cars
Oh yeah,
that Doug McGill gave us, and he gave us the 659 on loan. I had a ton of these, but what we used to do is we used to butcher them and put our
Oh,
own
yeah.
tires
that's
on
right.
them and
File off
make-
the numbers. Yes, Yeah.
file off the numbers and make them like the cars that we were
Right.
watching at the racetrack. But
right. Repaint them. Yes, that was fun.
Yep, absolutely, and that's what it was all about. What were they, Earl? What'd you say they were? A quarter or a
Quarter
nickel?
quarter.
Quarter piece. Yep.
Yeah.
So we got to thank Doug McGill for that. He gave us a few of them, and
I used to have to find them underneath the grandstands at Flemington because on the corner. So it would be like, oh, somebody dropped one.
Oh, they were great.
yeah, I mean the memories that you go back and you look, and then we had the programs here, and we're looking in the programs and we're seeing stuff, and we're remembering some of the names that we kind of forgot. Like we have Dean Applegate up here. I forgot all about him, and then I seen the picture. My sister-in-law Cheryl actually gave me them. They were part of my brother John's collection. The cards that are up here. We have a Ploski, a Beavers, and an Applegate. She said, "Take these and put these on your show." And she's gone through my brother's things, and there's so much stuff that she has that we're going to be able to use for a backdrop here on the show. But yeah, pretty neat. I mean, soon as Mother Nature decides to cut us a break, girl,
Which I think
We're
is
really
this
go-
weekend.
we're
I
really
think
going to
it's
have
soon.
some fun.
Yeah, I understand Short Track Super Series at Action Track again, Kutztown on Tuesday night. Was really successful again because with that rainy weekend, everybody wanted to go see racing. The racers wanted to race, and that was a Brett Deo show. and I understand they did very well. So that's what it's all about. And I think that's going to carry over into this coming weekend and beyond. We're getting into the summer racing months now, and I think it's going to be really good.
It was a packed house. I mean, I watched it on television. It was packed. Kenny Brightbull sitting right in the front row watching, him and his wife. Yeah, it was a packed house. They had plenty of micros. They had plenty of modifieds, and it was a pretty good field. They had some stars. Yankowski almost pulled off another one.
Yep.
And man, he's been hot. Would he win 6 races in the month of May? He's definitely hot. So I guess. Well, Earl, you probably have a copy of the paper there. You probably know how many he's won in the month of May, right?
I would have to check back. When I go off air later, I'll do an official check just to make sure. Because Area Auto Racing News, indeed, we keep
we definitely need fact checking on our show.
Yeah, we definitely need fact checking on this show. Especially, Matt wants to know what you got over there, Fred. What are you
moonshine.
drinking?
Just straight up from Hazard's, just the corner.
Hazard's moonshine there, Matt.
It's not mine. I still got a jar over there.
It's not his. He's still got a jar.
Decided to go a little clean tonight and just drink the clear stuff.
But yes, we are going to have Carol Ross on here. Carol is a tool salesman, so he's out running around. When he gets a chance and he's got 5 minutes, he's going to call in and talk to us. Our driver of the week, I tried to get a hold of him, but I know he's pretty busy. He got 3rd last night at the action track. Alex Jankowski is our driver of the week for Wide Open Wednesday. So if we don't get him to come on this week, he'll probably come on next week. So congratulations to Alex Jankowski, Kid Rocket, if you will.
He has at least 6 wins so far this year.
How many?
He has at least 6. Yeah, 6 so far.
4 of them came in the month of May, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, the guy that won the 600 race, Matt said he came from the back. He came from the B, started in the rear, and came through and won the race. That was Mr. Miller, right? That won the 600 race.
I didn't see that.
The more I watch the 600s, the more
they're good.
They're real good.
And you've seen them race indoors at Trenton. They put on quite a show in the.
Oh yeah, and you watch Millbridge. They put on a hell of a show at Millbridge. Yes. Of course, Brexton and his father raced at Millbridge.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 25th to first, Bear says.
So, that's racing. That's a racer. That's old school there.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
Yeah.
Kenny Miller, his name is. Kenny Miller. We probably should have got him on the show, Bear, huh? What am I thinking? Yep.
We left him for Bear.
He went from the outhouse to the penthouse in all 25 laps. So, he got the job done. And it came right down to the last 100 feet. And Cale was winning. And Mr. Maresca was right in the hunt, and so was Alex. And Mr. Maresca looks like a young kid. Now, Earl, is he a doctor by trade? His father's a doctor. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, Mike had a real strong run last night. Almost pulled it off, with Cale Ross. He was challenging him right to the end. Finished 2nd. Alex Jankowski was 3rd. So, I understand that was quite a race.
Well, if you look at some
shout out to Loudon Reimer too, he got 4th.
Yeah, Loudon. Yep. If you look at some of the pictures on the internet, there's all 4 wheels are off the ground. There's a picture of Ross. There's a picture of Maresca, and I don't know. I don't know how you can drive a car when all the wheels are off the ground, but they did it, and it was a hell of a race, and the people were there to support it. I mean, it's a Tuesday.
I was watching some cuts this morning on there, and it was like. Some of the cars would have had more miles vertically than they did horizontally.
Yeah.
I mean, whoa, man, it was like, wow. It was like driving on Hood Boulevard in front of my shop before they paved it.
Don't forget, gang, tomorrow morning, Fred is back in action.
Right.
Need for Speed, 9:30 to 10. If you have any car questions, we'll answer them too. Or I'll be the first caller. Me and Nick will be the 2nd and 3rd caller. So make sure you stay tuned for that.
Yeah, last week, Mark Yapo called in too. So
yep, Mark called in.
Yep. Yeah, it's always good to get Mark out of the house. Mark enjoys coming in here and being with us.
I'll see Mark on Monday when he's dropping his car off.
Get
to fix Mark's car.
Now, Nick said that Mr. Maresca had a hard time trying to put a lap on Ryan Godown.
I saw that.
I saw that too. So that made them guys catch up to him. Jankowski came from the back too, didn't he? I think Jankowski came from the
following. I just flipped on. I saw
Matt Roser. How far back did Jankowski come from? Because I know he came from the back.
Yeah, I just saw the blurb of Ryan holding it off.
Yeah. Well, now here's the deal. If you only got one car, I know what you're doing from now until, if you're racing Saturday, I know what you're doing from now until Friday night. Checking every bolt,
Oh, yeah.
checking every Hyman, checking everything, because
And
something will break while you're leading at Bridgeport or Grandview or whatever, your Saturday night home. If my brother used to tell me that all the time, rough track, we got to check every nut
Right.
and bolt, because if you don't, it'll come back to haunt you when you're leading the race with one to go. So, but yeah, looking forward to getting the wall. Bridgeport's got a big weekend scheduled this weekend. Make sure you get out to Bridgeport, Grandview, Big Diamond. It looks like the whole weekend's going. Joe Tote done a wonderful job last night. Yes, he
He
did.
finished sixth. Yeah,
Yep,
Joe was
yep,
sixth. Yes.
Yep, Joe done a good
Yeah,
job.
good
Yep.
shout out to Joe. Yes.
Yeah, yep. And I heard he had a spec motor in, so yeah, I mean, Joey can get the job done, as long as the car don't let him down. He knows how to wheel.
Mhm.
But like I said, the more I watch the 600s, the more I become a fan. Wow. And then if you watch them at Millbridge, where there's a bigger straightaways, little bigger track, man, they really get flying around there. So, but so yeah, if you get a chance to get out over the weekend, support your local racetrack. They need our support. You go on vacation, find a local racetrack. They're everywhere, gang. So make sure that you do that. They will appreciate it. We'll appreciate it. We got a couple things we got to do here. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
we'll touch on the Indy 500 when we come back.
Yeah, we can touch on the Indy 500 when we come back.
Sounds good.
All right, we'll be right back. Bob Drayton Incorporated has been locally owned and operated since 1955. Their goal is to provide excellent customer service and quality rentals to every client. They have a large selection of rentals and solutions for every project or every event you have. You can count on their experienced team for fast and courteous service each time you call them. And they have a 24-hour emergency service, locally owned and operated since 1955. That's over 70 years, gang. Licensed and insured, free estimates available, 24-hour service, military and senior discounts, quality products, and an excellent customer service. Check them out, gang. They're located at 151 Big Hill Road, Southampton, New Jersey. Their phone number is 609-859-3629. And they race, that's right, New Egypt Speedway, Bridgeport Speedway. Bob and his son race the 4-cylinder class, and they sponsor the class at New Egypt Speedway. So when it hits the fan, he's your man, and whatever you eat, he's got your seat. They have a 1-800 number, and it's 1-800-521-2014. So whatever you need, give Mr. Bob a call, and he'll help you out. They are official sponsor of a Wide Open Wednesday right here on Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 p.m. Mr. Bob, he's on the job, and you should be too. Let's talk about transmissions for a minute. You want to get to victory lane, you can't be in low gear, you got to be in high gear. I'm talking about high gear transmissions located in South Jersey. That's right. We specialize in repair, refresh, and troubleshooting your Northeast Dirt modified transmissions. That's right, High Gear. They specialize in Burt Generation 1 and 2 transmissions, and they also service Winters transmissions. It's home of the modified number 13P, driven by Anthony Tramontana Jr. They have reasonable pricing, quick turnaround. You can pick your transmission up at New Egypt Speedway or Bridgeport Speedway, and you can find them on Facebook at High Gear Transmissions. Now, these transmissions are serviced by a great tech, Anthony Tramontana Sr. You can give him a call at 609-385-3084. That's right, High Gear Transmissions. You know, the season-ending season, and you're worried about that transmission, you're worried about it getting serviced, why not call High Gear and get it done? They'll take care of your transmission. You won't have to worry about it. When you put it back in the car, you'll put it in gear, you'll go to victory lane, you'll be in high gear, and you'll be a winner with High Gear. Who is all the rage? Sage Chiropractic. That's right, Sage is all the rage in chiropractic care. Dr. Carey and Dr. Mike will take care of you and all your back needs, and they specialize in other things too. Give them a call, 215-497-0700. They have all the equipment, all the stuff you need to get yourself in shape. They're the people that give Fred his adjustment so he can drive his race car on Saturdays at New Egypt Speedway. They are our official sponsor of Wide Open Wednesday, so go see them. If you have any problems with your back or any other problems you think you're having that are related to your back, you got to go see Sage because they're all the rage in chiropractic care. So see Sage Chiropractic. Their phone number is 215-497-0700. Go see Dr. Kerry and go see Dr. Mike. All right, and we're back by popular demand. And guess what? Well, maybe not by popular demand, but we're working on it.
We're back anyway.
We're back anyhow. Now we can bring this guy on, and we could talk to him about what happened last night. I asked him if he still had arms. He said yes, but he said he was getting old, and that's bullshit right there that he's getting old. Because I don't believe that. Once you put the helmet on, you automatically get 10 years younger, right, Fred? You get 10 years younger when you put your helmet on?
Yeah.
Fred's not
I'm
fun.
still, I put 10 years younger. I'm still old.
This guy last night at the action track, last lap down the front straightaway, up on the wheel from start to finish. Cale Ross wins it. We'll put this up here for Cale, and we'll bring Cale in. Cale Ross, the boss. What's up, Cale?
How's it going, guys? How are you?
All right.
Well, I appreciate you coming on short notice. I hope you got all your deliveries in today. And what a race last night. That was pretty cool, Cale.
Yeah, it's a wild place. That was my third time there, and we have fun with it. I mean, it's a completely different animal, and it's not for everybody. But for some reason, we seem to have taken a little bit of a liking to it, and we've been happy enough to come out of there alive each time, let alone decent finishes and obviously a win last night.
Cale, did you get a chance to run New Egypt when it first opened, or no?
No. I think my first year running big cars was about 9 years ago now. So probably 2017 is when we did the rookie sportsman deal. Yeah.
Because I told everybody that New Egypt was a little bigger than the action track, but the paperclip turns were kind of the same at New Egypt when it first opened. Which if you ask Brightball, his favorite configuration in New Egypt, he'll always tell you the little track because he kind of like won everything. Dash catches, features, heat races. He kind of won everything. He probably should have won 2 championships at New Egypt. Had some bad luck near the end of the year, and that cost him. But yeah, I mean, you got to be up on the wheel there. I mean, everybody, not just the guy that's going to win the race. Everybody.
Yeah, it's the most physically demanding track I've ever gone to. It's so fast, it's so quick, and you add in the character of the racetrack too, and it's just elbows up the entire time. So there is no break, and I'll be honest with you, a couple of those cautions when they came out, I'm like, oh, I catch my breath here for a second. But we hung on for 50 laps, so that's all that matters.
Now, that track being that small and you guys with the big cars on that track, do you think that played a part of making it religious?
It definitely doesn't help it. I mean, we're taking a lot of weight and a lot of horsepower and just turning them things at a 90-degree angle, like instantly. So there's really no way to, I think, keep that place completely smooth with our cars. And, it was a lot better this year than it was last year. And I know with the town, they have some challenges with, how they have to prepare that place. And, again, overall, it's just a different animal. It reminds me of when I watch the Gateway Nationals every winter with the late models. It's the same kind of thing. And, it's kind of what makes the place racy. And Bridgeport can be like that too. Sometimes when Bridgeport is a little rough, we don't like it crazy rough, but, when it's got a couple little bumps and things here and there, it adds that little bit of character to it. And it makes one guy mess up and it makes another guy figure something out. And the next lap, it goes the other way. So I think it's what kind of makes that place work.
So in other words, they don't want no dust there because the town will complain about dust. Is that what we're talking about?
That's what I was told last night for the first time. I don't know exactly how true that is, but it kind of makes sense with, how they choose to do track prep there. So there's definitely no dust. I mean, if there is, it's very little at the very end.
Oh, no, yeah, I can agree with that. And especially with the little cars, and they run little cars there the most, you're not going to have any dust in the track. It's going to be a little smoother. The racing is probably going to be a little faster, a little better for them kind of cars. But the fans come out in groves to watch you guys when you're there, when the late models are there. And I guess when you're out there trading paint a little bit, I guess everybody's a little lenient after the races are over? I guess you guys aren't shouting and screaming at each other because that's part of the deal, right?
I would think everybody comes into that place understanding that there's going to be some contact. I mean, I'll be honest though, the past couple of years, like I've come out of there with really minimal body damage. I mean, we've had a couple little bumps and scrapes here and there, but everybody does race for the most part pretty respectable, and it's a 2 lane track. It's very small, but you got the top, you even have the middle, and guys that just run right around the U tires. So you have options. It's tougher earlier in the night, but feature time, it seems like it kind of widens out. And for the most part, I didn't see anybody in any kind of fights or altercations or anything. And we were pitted right next to the kid that was leading for a little while there, the 77, Kyle Smith. And I mean, I got into him a little bit when I went by him for the lead the second time. And I mean, we were completely cool. I mean, we both, shook each other's hands. Great race. It was cool.
Yeah, it was fun to watch on TV. I mean, the track is definitely popular, and guys want to go there and they want to race. And you and I talked this afternoon. You told me you've been struggling a little bit at Bridgeport. Bridgeport's definitely faster. They changed the track around a little bit. You said. What do you think you got to do to get on tap at Bridgeport?
It's not that it's faster. It's actually a little slower. They put the rules back to what they were 2 years ago there, where you had, everybody has a spoiler again. You got droop, back in the left rears. A lot of guys, struggled when they took the droop out of the cars, and, he's leaving it drier and slicker. And, it's not fast lap time wise. It's just really good around the top like it used to be now. So, we made a lot of hay on the bottom there last year. Now it's kind of harder to make that work. So, we've kind of had to transition with our setup to where we're not necessarily focusing on, hugging the tires. We now got to figure out how to go fast around the middle and the top. And this last week we were there, we made some gains. So we just got to put a whole night together there and hopefully kind of get a little more consistent.
Yeah, but you got to feel pretty good about yourself, Keller. The last couple of years, you've been a threat wherever you go. When you travel, you've been a threat. Last night, you were a threat. Everybody knew that you were there. They knew you were going to be in contention. Then lo and behold, last lap there, you guys, it could have been anybody's race, and then you pull it off. And I seen them jumping and carrying on and yelling and screaming. I seen Wayne. I thought Wayne was going to have a heart attack there in Victory Lane. I've known Wayne for a long time. He loves you. He respects you. And it's cool to see Wayne get back to help somebody and get in Victory Lane. I know how much he likes you, man. That was really cool to see.
Yeah, Wayne's become a huge part of the team. I mean, he's at my shop with me, and for a long time, it was never anybody ever at the shop. It was always me, myself, and I had a couple guys who come help me at the track, and he's actually nice enough to come over at least 1 or 2 times a week, and he loves it, and he bleeds it. He had to walk away from it for a little while. He told me, once I'm in, I'm all in. And last night he was super pumped. He told me he almost walked back to the trailer because he's like, I don't know if I could take it anymore. I was so nervous. I just was going to go back to the trailer and cover my eyes. So he had a blast. Worked out.
Yeah, he's just one of them natural guys that you want, that kind of guy on your crew, because he knows what he's doing. He knows how to turn a wrench. His family's been involved in it forever. Wayne's just a super guy. I'm proud to say he's a friend of mine. And to see him out there last night and see him smile and get a chance to go to Victory Lane. Wayne's been waiting for that for a long time. And Wayne was a hell of a racer back in the day. He won a lot of races at Windsor. So he's no dummy. He's a good guy to have in your corner. And what people don't realize now, Kale, nobody's got a ton of help anymore.
Yeah.
If you got family members to help you, you got to feed them. You got to keep them around, because nobody, it ain't like you got 10 guys showing up at your garage to help you anymore. Like you said, it was just you, yourself, and I. And it's hard to do it nowadays. And the sponsors ain't there. A lot of the sponsors are your friends or somebody that you know. It's tough to field a modified now.
Yeah, I mean, we work our ass off. I mean, I run a business. I run a Snap-on franchise. A lot of people know that. And I'm fortunate enough. I got one guy that works for me that's tremendous. He helps me. He'll cover for me when I go racing, but I don't like to abuse it. So we're still pretty much a once a week race team. Saturdays are the day, and at the occasional special show. And it makes it harder, when you can't dedicate, full time to these cars. And these cars are a full time job. And we're all up. I'm sure everybody does it. We're all up all hours of the night getting this stuff together, fixing it from the week before, and in between all that, you got to try and figure out how to go faster too. So it's you know, we're real proud to get a win here and there out of our team, and that's all we can ask for.
Now, you and I talked about the elephant in the room, New Egypt not opening. A lot of guys were expecting it to open. I know you were probably on the verge of having a real breakout year at New Egypt, and then you decided to go to Bridgeport. You started doing well there. You had to make that change. Nobody's going to deny you of doing that. And we talked about it this afternoon. A lot of people are hoping that New Egypt opens and they go to Friday nights. Would Cal Ross make a stop on a Friday night at New Egypt if they'd done that?
Very possible. I mean, we have 2 cars, we have a second spec engine, and you know, when Doug put out his schedule for this year being pretty much every other week, I mean, I told the guys, I said, listen, we can put another spec car together and go race there, even if it's not every week. You know, we can go there quite a bit. And it's always nice to have the option, and it's, you know, it's just good for the state of New Jersey dirt racing. You hate to see another track go away, and you know, everybody's crossing their fingers that somebody steps in and, you know, takes the place over. And that's the best case scenario would be next season. You'd hate to see it sit another year. So yeah, we're going to keep supporting what tracks are open. We don't want to see any of them go away. I take my kid racing at where I grew up racing. It's one of the last tracks that still runs a good field of carts every Friday night up at Snydersville there. And, you know, you just got to try and keep it all going. It's a passion. A lot of people love it, but unfortunately, some people have stopped doing it for expenses and, you know, lack of help and everything else that goes along with it. So, yeah,
Now,
hopefully it puts something together.
I think Doug made his schedule to try to help people knowing what the economy was. He figured, okay, I'll do this. It'll help some of these guys save some money and
Yeah.
not run every week. Because running every week, especially if you ran Big Diamond, then you go to Grandview or whatever, you go to Bridgeport, it's tough to run 2 nights a week. And then if he cuts you some slack and you run every other week or what have you,
Yeah.
and some guys we're going to talk about running maybe twice a month. I mean, yeah, the economy sucks right now. So if the economy don't get better, that's going to hurt our racing. I mean, you're always going to take care of your hobbies, but sooner or later, it's got to get better.
Yeah, it's just the world we live in. Everything costs a fortune, and race cars have never really been cheap. Maybe they were 50 years ago, but you know, it was good intentions he had with the schedule. I mean, we really try to support Doug as much as we can because he is really a good part of the sport, a huge part of the sport, really. And you know, he's got 2 racetracks running, and I mean, he makes accommodations for racers on a regular basis. I mean, he'll change the track if he gets enough bad feedback about it. I've seen him resurface the place 3, 4 times, and you know, nothing's perfect, but you know, the schedule, I was a big fan of it because it was like, okay, you know, we can go race here, we can go race there, and he's still there every week. He was just giving the modifieds a little bit of a break, you
Right.
know. And obviously, some guys, you know, wish we raced every single week, and sometimes I do too. But at the other time, it is nice to save a couple bucks. You know, we're not using up tires that weekend. We got more time to do other things, like I take my kid racing, and you know, it's a pretty brutal thing to put together his stuff and my stuff. So that's helped me out a lot with that.
Well, it's also good if you have a weekend off. You get to take the wife somewhere, maybe go down to the boardwalk, walk on the board. You got to take care of the wife because you don't take care of that boss, you're in trouble, Mr. Ross.
Yeah, that's one of the negatives of racing. You know, it becomes a lifestyle, and you miss out on a lot of other things, and you know, you have to be okay with that. And a lot of us are, but you know, if you can get those breaks here and there and take advantage of them and spend time with the family, it's very important for sure.
Now, what's 2026 hold for Carol Ross? What do you got? What are your plans? You got any big things at the end of the year you're going to do? What are we doing?
We're going to kind of continue on the path we're on. I'm going to be at Bridgeport for all their points races and any specials he has. We set out to do the Short Track Super Series South schedule, which we're obviously 3 races in now. I just looked, we're 7th in points. We didn't do too hot the first 2, but obviously the wind helped us out there. So, I mean, I would love to finish in the top 5 in the points of that series. I don't know if we could do it, but we're going to try. And if we can get better at Bridgeport, and then once we get to the tail end of the season, we'll see what specials, you know, come along. We like to play it by ear. I don't put a crazy schedule together because life changes, and, you know, hopefully the race cars are all still together by then, and we'll go from there.
Well, Cale, you've always been one of my favorites, you know, and you've always been a gentleman. You always go out of your way to help us out when we need you to come on here, and I really appreciate you doing this on short notice. And we'll take care of you, buddy, like you take care of us. Keep doing what you're doing, and maybe one week we'll get a chance to come down to Bridgeport and I'll get a chance to talk to you on the microphone. What do you think?
Yeah, sounds good. Anytime. Pleasure to
All
be
right,
on.
all right, brother. Sell them to us and we'll talk to you later.
All right. Take care,
All
guys.
right, brother.
Have fun.
Thanks, Cal. Oh, Cal Ross, last night drove a hell of a race. Done a hell of a job. And yeah, good to have him come on here. I called him this afternoon. He called me back. He said, not a problem. I'll come on. No big deal. All right, we're going to bring this guy in here real quick. The voice of Maple Grove, Billy Kleinspin. Billy, what's going on? There ain't no thunderstorms in the area or nothing, right? You're not going to cut out on us, right?
Nope. I'm actually back inside my little studio because I'm actually charging my phone right now. I actually just got my voice back after losing my voice on the last lap of watching the Indy race on Sunday.
Give us trying to pronounce those people's names.
Give us a little. Yeah, we're trying to pronounce these people's names, Bill. Give us a little recap of Indy. You're an Indy fan.
I must say, with all the lead changes and stuff, we had 70 lead changes at Indy. We also had the closest finish in Indy 500 history with Felix Rosenqvist and David Malukas getting Rosenqvist getting the win by just 23/10,000ths of a second, beating the previous record set by Alonso Jr. and Scott Goodyear in 1992. And I tell you what, if you weren't a fan of Indy, you became a fan of Indy if you were watching the race on Sunday.
I watched it. I felt bad for the kid there. He was holding his head in his hands. I felt a little bad for him. But yeah, I knew you was watching it, and it was pretty cool to see somebody win it that didn't win before. So that made it pretty cool.
Yes, it was. And for the last couple of years, when the Indy 500 has had a 6 behind it, usually an American driver won the race. But this year, that streak was ended with a Swede, Felix Rosenqvist, becoming only the 3rd Swede to win at Indy, joining Kenny Breck and Marcus Ericsson as the only Swedes to win the Indy 500.
Easy for you to say his name, Bill, because I would butcher that up pretty good. Now, what's going on at Maple Grove, Bill?
Well, this weekend, we're going back to our bread and butter. We have a big money bracket race, the J Brothers Promotion No Box 660 Shootout. It's our second big money event of the season. As everyone knows, unfortunately, Mother Nature won out last weekend, pretty much all over the East Coast. And we were supposed to have our Triple Crown event, but unfortunately, that's been postponed to the weekend of September the 10th through the 13th. So if you're listening out on the thing right now, that we just made the announcement today. Our Triple Crown event that was supposed to be last weekend will now be September the 10th through the 13th. And not only do you get the Maple Grove Triple Crown event, you'll get a second Triple Crown event, as it's now 2 Triple Crown events in one weekend, with the Maple Grove portion taking place on Thursday and Friday, with the Memphis portion taking place on Saturday and Sunday. So we look forward to that in September. And we look forward to seeing everybody here at Maple Grove Raceway with the J Brothers Promotion 660 Shootout. We'll also be having the juniors as well racing for some big money this weekend as well.
Billy, now having that in September, does that give you a chance to get more big guys from the NHRA to come or no?
With the rescheduled event, it does fall on a weekend that there isn't no NHRA national event. So hopefully we can attract a few of the NHRA stores to come out to our track in September. As everybody knows, Maple Grove is one of the most historic racetracks in the country for drag racing. And we like to see all of our fans and all of our friends come out and join us at Maple Grove Raceway.
All right, Bill. You got any birthdays?
No, but I do have a couple on this week in motorsports. In 2006, Melanie Troxel and Erica Enders, for the first time ever in NHRA history, 2 women qualified number 1 in the pro classes at the same event. That was Top Fuel for Melanie. Pro Stock, it was Erica Enders. Also on this week in 2014, Courtney Forrest became the 100th winner for the females in NHRA racing for the pro category. That was a huge moment. Also in 2014, Ryan Hunter-Reay picked up his first Indy 500 win in another close finish with Elio Castroneves. Also this week, as you know, this past weekend, Kathleen Lake became the first woman to run in the double, running in Indy and Charlotte. But this week in 2005, Danica Patrick became the first woman to lead the Indy 500. And then the following year, Nazareth's own Marco Andretti came so close to winning his first Indy 500 in his first try. And another great photo finish with Sam Hornish. So that's a little look back at this week in motorsports.
Now, Billy, I saw Erica Enders in the dragster. Is that what's going to happen to the future with her? Is she going to give up pro stock and go run a dragster?
I do believe it's in her future that eventually she will be moving into Top Fuel. That's going to be huge for the sport of drag racing. As you've seen her record and resume in so many other classes, not only has she won in a pro stock, but she's run in several other categories. She's definitely one of the greatest to ever sit behind the wheel of a drag car, and we look forward to seeing her kicking some butt in Top Fuel.
All right, Billy. Keep up the good work, and we'll look forward to talking to you next week.
We'll do, guys. Look forward to seeing you guys next week.
All right, Billy. We'll talk to you then. All right. Danielle Tramontana is in here now. There she is. Hi, all. Danielle, can you get a break? That's all I'm going to say, Danielle. My boy Ant, you and Ant need to go down to Louisiana. There's a lady down there called Miss Rudolph. She's a Cajun queen, and she'll take that mojo off of you guys. Jeez, oh, man, you cannot get a break. Every time I try to watch Ant, something happens. Somebody gets into him or whatever. Go down there and see Miss Rudolph. She'll give you the stuff that have Ant drink, and no more bad luck. It'll be gone. Bad part is you have to go to Louisiana to get it, all right? But whew, Anthony Tramontana cannot get any luck at all. And she said, we sure do need that. All right, we're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back and wrap this up. We'll be right back.
Up next, we have Fletcher's Garage. That's right, the main sponsor of Wide Open Wednesday, and they are located at 480 Hood Boulevard in Fairless Hills. Their phone number is 215-295-4931, and their motto is, if they can't fix it, it's broke. It's home of America's mechanic, Fred Fletcher, and he also does Need for Speed on WBCB on Thursday mornings. So keep an eye out for Mr. Fletcher, America's mechanic. Also, we have reliable consulting, sales, training, and marketing brought to you by Chris Bennett. His phone number is 215-206-9053. We thank all our sponsors for participating on Wide Open Wednesday. You got wheels that's seen better days. Don't replace them, revive them. That's right. Vibrant powder coating and wheel repair. Bent rims, scuffs, no problem. Vibrant makes them smooth and strong and stunning again. From the street to the strip, they'll make your ride shine like new custom colors, flawless finishes, and durable coatings that turn heads and handle heat. Give them a call today at 1-267-566-6842. They're located at 569 Unionville Avenue, Pendle, PA 19047. That's Vibrant Finish. For all you need in powder coating and wheel repair, they make your ride look sweet. So Let's talk about one of our proud sponsors, and that's Five Peaks Media, brought to you by Craig McGill, 668 Woodburn Road, Langhorne, Pennsylvania, Suite 201, the same suite that Wide Open Wednesday is in, and their phone number 609-577-7996. Craig McGill, we call him Magic because he creates the magic behind the Wednesday. Whatever you need, whether it's for social media, your business, anything you need. He's been with CBS, the NFL, he's done it all. He's a master at his trade, and he can definitely get the job done if you need anything done in social media. Why is having a director important? Greg will tell you why, because he does his best work behind the lens. Do you want your message out there to the world? You got to go with Five Peaks Media. That's right. Get a hold of Craig McGill. Come on over and see us. This is why we do what we do, because we have magic. Looking for a dependable garage door service? Call All County Garage Door. Family owned, serving homeowners for over 12 years with more than 40 years combined experience. From garage door installs and opener installs to maintenance and repairs, they do it all with honest, reliable service you can trust. All County Garage Doors is the proud sponsor of Lightning Liam Bauer, who is a micro sprint standout and a quarter midget standout, and a former driver of the week on Wide Open Wednesday. So, if you want all what you need done for your garage door, you got to get with All County Garage Door. They are in Pennsville, New Jersey, and their phone number is 856-812-8304. All your needs, All County Garage Door. Hey, let's talk about roofing. Protect Roofing, protecting your assets 24/7, emergency service and maintenance. Their phone number 609-832-8300. Maintenance and repair, roof replacement, new construction, safety orienting, quality workmanship, single ply specialist, bonded and licensed and insured, full service sheet metal, and multi-time winner of the ESP Carlisle Award. And it's home of the number 30T driven by Rob T. So when you need your roof done, you got to get with Protect. So give them a call.
All right. Let's
Need for Speed is back with Fred Fletcher, America's Mechanic, on WBCB 1490 AM, 107.3 FM, 9:30 every Thursday morning. That's right, America's Mechanic is back on BCB, right where he needs to be, thanks to you, the fans and the sponsors, and WBCB. So tune in Thursday morning at 9:30. I'll be tuning in. I hope you will too.
All right, we'll bring Earl back in here and we'll wrap this up. Don't forget, tomorrow morning at 9:30,
Be there.
Need for Speed, be there, be square. So, Earl, what do you think of that Carol Ross kid?
He's great. Kale's he strikes me. He always has just an old school racer. Works on his cars. Relatively small team, like he mentioned. With his business with Snap-on. He's dedicated to basically racing one night a week or special events. And whenever he's at the track, he makes it happen. But he's a great representative of the sport and his family. It's kind of neat that he races with his son up at Snydersville. That's a cool little track. If you've never been there, it's right off of Pennsylvania Route 33, north of Nazareth, Pennsylvania. And it's they race, I believe, on Friday nights. Small track. They run karts and micro stocks, variety of small car divisions. Neat little place. You can actually see it from the highway, and it's cool. Cool place to go. And hey, add it to your list of racetracks to go on a Friday night.
Yeah, he also has Wayne Holfish helping him. That's
There's
the
a
Wayne I
name
was talking
from
about.
East Windsor Speedway days. Wayne Holfish. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he also worked at New Egypt.
Yes.
Yeah, so Wayne, a good guy to have on your crew.
Yes, he is.
Earl, we're going to wrap it up. Fred, any last words? Anything you need to say? Oh,
No.
Guys, tomorrow's Thursday, Friday. We're going to go to Wall on Saturday. Lighten up on my man. Lighten up on my man. That's what I'm
Who's
going to
that?
tell you. When you go to Fletcher's Garage, nobody's going to treat you better than Fred Fletcher.
That's
It's
right.
been a week of stupid.
It's been a week
Oh, no.
of SOS.
Oh, no.
SOS, not save our ship, stuck on stupid. Okay,
Oh, no.
you got to go in there. Fred will take care of you. He's going to give you the best of the best. You don't have to beat him up.
I don't know where these people come from. I have to hide my gun from Kelly.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Fred's had a week from hell, ladies and gentlemen, and he doesn't deserve that. Because what's going to happen is he's going to get aggravated with them. He's going to come on here, and I'm going to do something stupid. And he's going to smack me around, and I don't need that.
It won't take much.
It won't take much. See, Earl already. It won't take.
I'm
much.
on a hair trigger.
He's on a hair
Yeah.
trigger. So, but really, gang, lighten up on my man. All right, he's going to take care of you. He's going
Business is business, but this was
Right.
just
business.
One of
Is
those weeks.
trying to explain it.
It's not part of doing business to deal with stupid people. End of
No.
story. All right, Earl, do what you do. I'll
See
I'll
you.
hear you tomorrow morning. We'll talk to you tomorrow
We'll
morning.
see you at
on
Wall
the-
Stadium on Saturday.
We'll be
Absolutely.
there.
Can't wait, Earl. Thanks,
Looking
buddy.
forward to it.
Talk to
Okay.
you
Good night,
soon.
everybody.
All right, good night. That's going to wrap it up. And like I said, Fred said he had to give the gun to Kelly. So that's all I'm saying. All right. You keep it from, we're going to leave it. Oh, yeah. If you, nothing worse than a female mad at you. Trust me, I know. If I go to work looking like a raccoon, the boys know that I got my ass kicked by my wife. So just pay attention, people. This is the nicest guy in the world. Do not make him angry. Okay? What did Patrick Swayze say in Roadhouse? Be nice till it's time not to be nice. All right, guys, be good. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate all our sponsors, all our fans, all the people involved with us. We love you guys. And if you need the number to the voodoo lady, Danielle, I'll hook you up. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. God bless.